Welcome to the Swamp, home of the Florida Gators, and we've long been told it is here that only the Gators get out alive. As we wind our way toward the end of another college football season, one of the grand traditions is paying tribute and respect to those who have just poured their souls into the success of this program and honor the seniors on Senior Day. As line gets set, first down. Pulls and fires complete. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Got him downfield. And they get him down at the 43, but this is the kind of explosive play you want to build on. They are dialed in on this drive, a couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on first down. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow at 2nd and 7. Win with the running game on first down, now back at it. The give to the running back from the shotgun. And a decent gain there before the defense makes a stop. From the 36, a third down, and you wonder if they're willing to take 2 plays to get the first. Throws for the tight end. And the third down pass is incomplete.
Yeah, and 3rd and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
This offense has moved into plus territory, and they want to keep the heat on. They'll go for it on 4th down. Snagged in the middle. It's Wilkinson. The Gators pick up the first down.
Oh, and he finds his slot receiver on that 4th down throw. And I'll tell you, this guy is not the biggest receiver in college football, but he does such a good job working the middle of the field. He's just able to get open and read coverage. Every quarterback loves having a slot receiver like that.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
They're trying to run the football, and there's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Pocket starts to collapse. Grabbed in the middle. It's Coffee. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. They'll come to the line for the 8th snap on this opening drive, facing a 3rd and short. Now the toss. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag on the field. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. 8th play on this opening drive coming up, and they need a 3rd down conversion. Makes the grab on the left. And they stop him just short of the stick. It'll bring up a decision on 4th down. And it looks as if they're going to try a field goal. And this one splits the uprights. The offense set for a first down play. Looking to move it through the air. Fires into traffic, picked off. And they'll close in on him after it. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get rounded up.
Fires to the big fella. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a first down.
Well, this tight end, he's got size and he's got some athleticism, and he's very difficult to cover one-on-one. Defense is going to have their hands full with him today.
And a 9-yard gain on first down leaves them with second and short. They'll run play action. Unloads to the wideout. He's got it. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Line getting set on second down. Fast motion from the offense. They'll go to the ground. And he'll be tackled, but there is a flag on the field.
Hold it, open.
We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. They almost moved the chains on that last one, now second and inches. Grabbed behind the line, it's Coffee. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. This is where you make the money on the drive. Ball at the 30, it's third and short. Wide out in motion. Off the play fake. Looking to the big tight end. Right on the money to the outside. He dragged the toe, and how about the ball placement? Only the receiver could get it.
On third down, offenses have their plays. What they like in third and short, what they like third and medium, third and long. Great job by the offense having success. Now, it's incumbent upon the defense to learn their plays and try to shut it down throughout the game.
From the gun, the ground game. And he's knocked down behind the line of scrimmage, and that'll do it for the first quarter. We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Florida on top. And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the second. And here comes play number 6 of the drive. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. To the ground with the back. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. 7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Trying play action. Throws to the tight end. And this is going to be incomplete on third down.
Well, tip your hat to the defense getting that incompletion, because that hasn't happened often for this guy. He completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. Can the defense continue to mix?
Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They've been pretty much stifled on offense so far, David, only able to muster 3 points in their previous 3 drives.
And you got to find a way to open this up and create some explosive plays. The passing game is obviously the easiest way. Jesse, put more speed on the field, find those guys down the field.
And you know they're frustrated, too, because they felt like there were some matchups they could take advantage of to get some points on the board early. In this one, they just haven't been able to connect on those opportunities. But I like David's idea. Maybe move some guys around and see if you can create some better one-on-one matchups.
And he will wisely scamper out of bounds. No need to take unnecessary hits. This offense has a second down play. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Still on his feet at the 45. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
Man, I want to be a running back in this offense. When you take that handoff to the right and you see that blocking and all the holes open up, that's a good sight for a running back.
You've heard of read and react. I think the defense read it. They just didn't react very well.
Well, when you got that kind of a line, just all that push they're getting on that right side, they just push the defensive lineman back, got in the linebacker's way.
And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Florida!
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running, I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback, wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
The Gators sending the offense back to work. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well, Palmer. They executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. And I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. Will they keep it on the ground again here on third down? Got his man on the outside. Good tackle there to stop him short of the first down, and now they have to make a call.
I mean, good news here, they get the completion. Bad news, though, not enough to pick up the first down. The target there, he's got to do a better job understanding where the first down marker is, make sure he gets the right depth on his route. Now, all of a sudden, head coach has a big decision to make.
Tackle is made after the first down. As we reach the 2-minute warning, they'll need to try to get a stop to keep this thing from getting out of hand. And the Gators have it with a 1st and 10.
42 Spider. 4-2 Spider.
He wants to throw. Fires to the wideout. Finds a man on the left. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
The Gators have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. The snap sets up the throw. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? He's looking to throw. Steps away. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Gator! That touchdown gives his team a pretty significant lead at this point.
And that's what you want. You want to start fast. You want everything to come out and start clicking, make some plays. It doesn't always work that way, but when you do, man, the energy, the crowd, everybody's into it. Now the other team better respond.
Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They've got some time to work with here, Jesse, and if they get a first down, they might really get aggressive.
I'd be aggressive right out of the gate. I'd be throwing for a first down. If I get it, then it's pedal to the metal. I'm in that 2-minute mode and try to score a touchdown or get a field.
But I do think this is a situation where you also have to understand that I have the lead going into the half. I've got them.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. The offense burns his 3rd and final timeout of the half. On 2nd down, looking again to throw. Takes a hit as he fires. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now, you see
offense and an empty set. Gets it past the marker. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. So much for the tough field position. One play, and you're already to the 35. Comes out throwing on first down. Caught behind the line. It's Wilkinson. Makes the catch, and he's brought down. It's now 2nd down after the short completion. He's looking to throw. Fires to the tight end. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down. New set of downs after that completion. They'll throw it on first down. Lofts one high and deep. Hits him in stride inside the 10. Touchdown, Florida! And the route is on. And the Gators have chalked down, and they put a little distance between themselves and the Noles.
You know, both of these teams always have lots of speed, but it's the Gators. They look like the faster team pulling away here in the second half. Big plays offensively, and their defense is really...
The Gators sending the offense back to work. Now they'll try the right side. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. Clock winds inside, a minute to play here in the 3rd. Give to the back. The Gators get enough for the first down.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
Keeping it on the ground with the single back. He gets it all the way out to the 19-yard line, a pickup of 6. 6-yard pickup on first down, leaves them with 2nd and 4. They'll go to the counter. Keeps the legs moving. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
You know, the one thing you can say about this defense, they pursue the football. The first guy might miss, the second guy might miss, but there's going to be more and more hats flying to the ball carrier. You saw it on that play, getting the tackle for loss.
And this one will be stopped for no gain. And the Gators will line up to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. Excellent coverage and tackle. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Touchdown, Gators! And the pummeling has started. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win. Another touchdown for this guy, and he's starting to get in a groove the way Terry Dean did when he set the single-game record with 7 touchdowns.
Another one. I mean, just putting up stats. This guy's fine.
So, guys, we'll get another look at this offense. The give, and tick, 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 tick. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one. Now on 2nd down. He's got it again. Oh, he gave him a dead leg. Touchdown, Florida! And the beatdown has ensued. They built a comfortable lead and trying to hang on for a Week 13 victory. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been... rivalry games.
The Gators sending the offense back to work. And now one of the most satisfying moments in football, just watching that clock drain away while you have control of the ball, Jesse.
And this is definitely one of the best play callers, right, for an offensive coordinator. Getting ready to go into victory formation. So many good things happened today. It seemed like everything he was dialing today, David, ended up working out.
No doubt. They've put a lot of highlights together, put a great offensive game together, complete football game. They get the win. On to next week.
And the offense is content with where it is. They'll take a knee. No matter how much college football changes, realignment, all of that kind of stuff, rivalries are consistent, and winning rivalry games, well, that's just the best.
Because they hate each other so much. So you take the field against your rival. You're able to put forth a performance like that. That is worth